So I had a go at it with the wire wheel. Give myself, I don't know, 5 out of 10. So I changed my mind about the whole sanding down thing, and I got it shot blasted. So you can see here I've got rid of all of the rust that was on it here, or paid someone to at least do that. So that's pretty good, and it looks nice and clean. I bought some other parts as well for the car. So I've got new seals. So this is for the steering rack. Those two of those, it's got the nipples in them as well, so you can gunk them up if you want. And this is the grease I'm going to be using for them as well. I've got a radiator fan. I've got the Skunk 2 B18 C4 or B18 radiator pipes. I've got a new UJ. The old one had a bust bolt in it, so these are freely moving, which is all good. There's no play in it. You've got to make sure this little indent here, the bolt basically sits there inside this. So that's why it goes in there like that. These are the new arms from T2CG. They're quite a lot shorter, and they'll go on there. I've also got this Honda bush. That's the part number, and that will go on here, and the strap goes on that to mount to the subframe. So I changed my mind. I ended up getting it shot blasted and powder coated, and this is it. It's a little bit dirty, but I've just put these little bungs back in, and I think it looks pretty nice. And then what I've also been doing is just chasing all the threads. So what I'll do is I'll put up on the screen all of the common threads, which is here. And then what I've done is just chase all of them out. So what we have here is this is an M10 by 1.25. So what you have to do is, if you want to chase this out, because it's so long, you have to get in here like that, make sure there's no crap on it. Go in there like that, and then chase it out, and just, you know, obviously wind that in, and then keep on using, you know, like some WD-40 or whatever to clean it off and lubricate it. And then so that's a 14 head bolt, and then this is an M8 by 1.25, which is the 12 head. So this is for the anti-roll bar chassis bush. So I've gone through, chased them all out, and then with the die I've chased in the same thing, so the same size obviously. I've chased out the actual bolts themselves just to make sure there's no crap on them. I've got 2 new bolts here, so these should go in all nicely now, which they do. And this one here, you just put it in, so that's good. So what I've done is I've just obviously wound this in here. I've got this large washer that goes next to the rack, and then I've got this little washer here, which is the one that gets bent round. And then what you want to do is just snug that up. And I've got 22mm, which means you're not trying to twist the whole rack. You don't want to do that. So you hold 22mm, and then I get 17 on here, and I'll just do that up. You don't need to go mental, but at the same time I don't want it to go loose. This little washer here is to be bent round and to stop it's going anywhere. It's not made of a great deal, so you should just be able to kind of pry against it and at least get it started. And I think that's why this big washer's here as well, is then when I'm prying I'd be marking the rack, but now I'm just marking a washer that's kind of disposable anyway. So you see I'm just kind of working that into place, and I'll just then just tap there so it's flat against it, and do the same on the other side, and I'll show you what that looks like when it's complete. So I've got it in place. Do some little taps. So I've got a punch. So then I'll do the same on the other side, and that means that bolt can't come around. what I wanted to do is grease up the whole of this rack. And I've got this Miller grease, it's EPLO or EPO.
Seaburn.
I think it's the same stuff. I'm not a grease expert. This is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to basically pull it to one side, clean anything I can see off it, you know, anything that's got in there, and then grease it up with that, and then run it back and forward a few times, and then put these boots on. The gloves, right? Won't feel a thing. So I'm going to just put it around this shaft. Got to do what you got to do, eh?
Yeah.
Probably don't need this much. I'll wipe some off, but I just want to try and force it down in there. God, this is getting worse, isn't it? And then the good thing about this grease is, among being very stable grease, it actually is it stops corrosion as well. So it's kind of, there's all different types of greases you can get. There's other ones that people probably think are better. This is what I've bought. I'm just going to basically wipe that off my hand, and then I'm going to get this this boot and put the boot on. So then get this on as before. So that's where it needs to be, and then I need to wind this in a bit. I'll just put that on there with a zip tie that comes in the box. So I'll just put the zip tie on there, and then just do the other side here. If you come around a bit. So this side, I need to clean all the old grease off there, some tissues or whatever, and grease that, then put the boot on, and then just run it either side a few times. So what I've done is I've put these bleed nipples, these little nipples pretty much at the bottom, and just can tighten these up as much as they'll go, at least anyway. So I've got these boots on now. I tried to use a zip tie for this one, but I wasn't that convinced by it, so I've just put one of those metal locking zip ties on, and then just cut these zip ties off. Okay. And then I can put the new rubber bush thing in here. It's there. It's there. Didn't get that powder coated, did I? Can't have it all, Andy.
No. You could spray it.
Yeah, I could spray it, couldn't I?
Yeah, spray it.
When you're in a rush, mate. And then just put this on here as well. These bolts. So now I've actually gone to the trouble of sorting all these threads out. So it goes together pretty nicely. So I'll just zip them all up. So I've got this little dust boot, I guess you'd say, or stop water getting in. That goes in like about there. Just two pieces. I've got the engine mount on with washers underneath. I've just spun these little nuts on either end. I've got these in place. And I'm going to just attach it to the car with these long 17mm bolts. I've got my ratchet underneath there. So now just comes the fun bit of just trying to press it in myself. That's what I'm going to do. So here we are, I've done those 17mm all up. That one there, there and there. And obviously those bushes are up in there as well, which are all kind of water protectors, I guess, which go up underneath here. I showed you that the other side. And then I can just go and connect everything else up. So this is all quite simple. Wishbones up into here. Obviously these shifter bushes with the bitch pin and stuff in here, and the 12mm on there. I've shown that quite a number of times, so no, that's that interesting, so I'll just get on with all that. There's 12mm bolt up, got this pin in, and got all the bolts in. Right, so the anti-roll bar is in. these two 12 mils, and everything else is tightened up down here. So this is the original one, which is the, I think, D1609. You see it's got these horrible bends in it. This is the one that came in the kit. It's wrong because you do that, it's a problem for you. And this is the Skunk 2 one. It looks like it's going to be pretty much, well, bloody hope so, perfect fit. So I'm going to just take this old one off. I've already drained the coolant out of the radiator. And this one. And just oh. Well, it's on gravel.
For a penny?
And for a pound, mate. Okay. That one off. Okay, that's that off. Leave that there. I'm hoping this one's going to be a nicer fit. There we go.
Doesn't look great, does it?
Not bad.
Just a bit of a bend, mate.
Okay, but let it go on first before we...
Alright.
That's alright. That's it. Don't know, is it not?
It's got a double bend.
Maybe this radiator should be in a different position.
Bum bum bum.
Or if we can take out a bit.
I'm not going to start cutting it, are you?
Potentially. If you cut that bit off, it wouldn't be so severe.
Right.
If you cut like an inch off that, there, it wouldn't be so severe.
Can we move the radiator?
Sorry?
Can we move the radiator?
Can't move the radiator. So I think we're going to have to cut a bit off that.
It's a modified Civic, mate.
Yeah, I know. Always been modified. So you can see here I've got the masking tape on there. I think I'm going to start at this line here. And you can see it's looking a bit happier. I might have to take a bit more on afterwards. So we'll just have to play it by ear, but obviously easier to take it off in smaller bits. Alright, so put it on there now. Let's have a look at, see if it's looking at all better. See, it's less extreme. That one's gone.
It's going to get, isn't it?
225 to 40mm jiggly clips. Just get that one on there. That's the highway home. And I've got this tool here, this flexible end. That'll work nicely there. But before I'm going to do, put it on for real, because that's going to be how it stays pretty much, I'm going to actually take off this radiator fan. So I've got these little clips. Put them in there. Got 4 of them, and I'm going to use these to hold it onto the radiator. I'm in here, just taking the fan out, so I can just undo the electrical connection. It's just here. Yeah, just press it and wiggle it. There you go. And then got this on just 10 mils. Here, or it might even be less. 2 in my case.
Should be on 4.
Should be on 4 in the standard configuration. Right, so I've got this old fan out. One of the weird things about this radiator is it has a nut in the bottom, a bolt in the bottom here, actually holds a fluid, so you actually need that in there, which is a bit weird.
Why is that?
Just the design of it. So I'm just going to take this out from here. Picky tool. Just come out. So here you can go down the side here and push back this retaining clip, and then you can usually get that out of there like that, and that's the connector I need. And these are the connectors, which I believe are the same. They are, which is good. So I can basically just use these little things, which are already cut in half, which isn't the best thing in the whole world. And I just put them around them and just snug them up in there. So here's the connector. So we want the blue wire here, the black wire there. Obviously this thing will spin backwards. And you see it's got the little spring thing there, and down there you probably won't be able to see it, but above here you've got a little plastic retainer.
You got the green thing on.
Got this little green grommet thing. So let's see if we can drive this in here. I've got some pliers. I'll just pull this. It was a bit awkward, but I ended up just basically pulling these up right the way and then push them back down, and they seem to be caught now, so you can pull quite hard on both of them, and they're not really moving, so that should be a good electrical connection. So these are a bit cut in half and stuff, but they'll do a job. Let's get my little tool and just push it down, cover the wire. There we go. I mean, it's not the best thing in the whole world, but it's going to be better than having nothing in there. That's in there like that. I'll get the other one for the other wire, and I'll put this bit of plastic in, which I'll show you. This is a bit of retaining plastic. It's just going to pop in like this. Just pretty much it in. There we have it. And then you can put this bit of cable just in this little thing, like that. And then I can use these clips here, like that. I've seen these clips before, but I've never actually used them before. I think it's fairly simple. You just kind of, I think, just pull them through this side of the radiator, and then just they go through here. So go through the radiator through here, and then have these caps on the back. Okay. I'll do a couple, work it out. So I put these this side, so going in there. Have a look at the back.
Very neat.
They're in. These pads on there. Use a little screwdriver to core them out a little bit. There we go. Look at that. So the little pads, I guess, just protect the radiator itself. Then we can just put these little things in. I guess it's just like this. No instructions.
That way or this way? Yeah, you're probably right.
I think it's only going to go through this way, mate. So just check that they're all tight, particularly that one. Okay, and we can just chop them. So I've got the pipe in there. I'm just heading down. Put this in here. Line it up with my finger. So this is let's connect that up to there like that. That's done. You can just connect these things up. And I can just put these bolts back in. Yeah. So that's all in there like that. Obviously got the electrical connection all connected up, so that's all good. And I can just rotate him around here a bit. That looks alright now, I think.
It's good.
Turning it around a bit, kind of. Just trying to make sure it isn't so necked. That's on there fully. That's there, that's the setup. Let's drop that. And all we're going to do now is put in some coolant, but I'm not going to do that yet because I'm still waiting on my fan switch, which hasn't come yet. So here I have, that's the fan switch at the back there, where my finger is, okay, and that's just bridged, so that means the fan will always come on. And now I want to check if the fan works. Yeah. Put your hand at the back. Yeah. Finishing touch, I'm just going to snip these things off. Pull them tight. And you can just snip them off. Leave a little bit left.